followers really matter on Pinterest, and how do you get them? So today's video is going to talk all about getting followers on Pinterest. The more that this platform becomes relevant, the more it seems that followers are becoming necessary. Now, we're going to discuss a couple of reasons why they might be relevant or necessary to your Pinterest strategy long term, but the meat of today's video is actually going to go through 6 different ways that I would suggest utilizing and implementing in your strategy to get more followers on Pinterest. Completely legitimate, no nonsense here. We're not buying followers, nothing crazy like that. One of the ways that Pinterest followers may actually be relevant or necessary to your overall strategy and longevity on this platform is because it seems the more followers you have, the more engagement your pins get. Now, how much your followers actually correlate to the long-term growth of your Pinterest account, we're unsure. But in 2021, Tailwind did a study. It was about a 6-month long study where they looked at the overall growth curve for accounts that had more engagement. The accounts that had more engagement had more followers. So whatever that means to you, we're gonna go ahead and continue publishing consistent content, knowing that followers are not 100% necessary to succeed. However, they are becoming relevant in more ways. Number 1 being, if you want to land brand deals on Pinterest or with your Pinterest profile, the brand or sponsor of the product that you want to land may require followers as an indicator in your media sheet. So if you are looking to land brand sponsorships, Pinterest followers may be necessary to that brand to prove your legitimacy or whatever, even though we know it's more or less a vanity metric. Now, the next reason you may want to grow your following on Pinterest is to eventually get accepted into the Pinterest Creator Rewards program. I am currently in the Pinterest Creator Rewards program. One of the stipulations is that you have to have 1,000 followers in order to be accepted or added in. Now, this program is still very much an alpha, so as more creators are added into that program, we will see more people coming in, and it seems that the people that are being added into the Creator Rewards program are not very large accounts. They don't have like 50 to 100,000 followers. They are more of the micro influencer like size of accounts, teeny tiny ones. But it seems that a minimum of 1,000 followers is necessary to get into the program at all. Now, once that opens up into beta and eventually full rollout where you can apply to be in the program, we will see if that stipulation remains, but I have a feeling that it will. Let's dive into the how to get more followers on Pinterest. I'm gonna tell you, and you may not like it, but tip number 1 is actually to use idea pins. Idea pins are definitely a great way to grow your following on Pinterest because one of the very last slides that most pinners will see, sometimes they're testing different things, so I say most, is this black follow screen. I can put a screenshot up so you can see what that black follow screen looks like, but I'm also going to show you a couple more screenshots. This one, where I actually got 8 new followers. I know 8 is not a lot, but it's better than 0. 8 new followers from one idea pin in the month of March. And then this screenshot of my client's Pinterest account. I posted an idea pin for her in December. It picked up steam and actually went viral. It got over 1 million impressions. And she picked up 625 new followers just from that idea pin alone. So you definitely don't need to go viral to pick up followers. On average, our clients' idea pins are seeing anywhere from 5 to 45 new followers in a month's time frame from publishing just idea pins. So per idea pin, we will see anywhere from 5 to about 45 on average follower growth per idea pin. So if you are publishing one idea pin per week and you were to get 20 followers per idea pin, that's 80 new followers in a month. Now, you're not going out and following and unfollowing people. You're also not buying followers here. This is completely organically driven activity. The second tip has nothing to do with Pinterest, but you have a Pinterest account and you're wanting to grow your following. You probably also have an Instagram, a TikTok, a Facebook page, a group, an email list. So the next tip that I always suggest to people when they are looking to grow their following on Pinterest is cross-platform sharing. A lot of people never even consider this. They never consider bringing one following base over to the next. But with Pinterest, this is a really great way to bring a new audience with different user intent to this platform. Pinners are on Pinterest to do, buy, to try, to shop for things. So their user intent on Instagram may be to connect with you virtually in a more intimate setting. Whereas on Pinterest, that same person is looking to do, buy, and try. So they may see that your content is completely different than it is on Instagram and actually engage with it there, whereas they weren't maybe engaging with your feed posts on Instagram. So definitely do some cross-platform sharing. Get your email list aware of the fact that you have a Pinterest account. Tell your Instagram followers in your stories to go follow you on Pinterest. You can actually share idea pins over to your Instagram stories and put a link to your idea pin saying, hey, go see the full idea over on Pinterest, and drive people to that idea pin as well. So definitely engage in some cross-platform sharing, because it is a really great way to bring an audience that never even knew you were on this platform on over here. Tip number 3 is to use a plugin called Milotree. This plugin is less than $10 per month, I do believe. I will make sure to have an updated pricing in the description down below. And it is a plugin for WordPress users. So if you have a WordPress blog, even Showit, it works really well with Showit because I use this on my website. I have Pinterest set up as one of the platforms that I'm having Milotree present. I only have it set up on certain pages of my website, so it's not on any sales pages, it's not on the home page, the contact page, it's not on any of those. It will only show up on my blog. So when someone clicks over and views a blog post, no matter where they're coming from, they will be presented with this fly-in called, it's a Milotree pop-up. This is the company. There's tons of these companies. You could choose any number of them to use. And one of the social networks that I am choosing to promote at the time, Pinterest, TikTok, or YouTube, I have a screenshot here of my website and what this looks like. You can actually see that the TikTok fly-in happened when I loaded this blog post today. So a tool like Milotree is a great way to bring your current website viewers over to Pinterest or whatever other platform you're using. If you want to just focus on growing your Pinterest profile presence, your Pinterest following with Milotree, you can only add Pinterest and it will just present Pinterest to those people. So using a tool like Milotree is actually a really effective way to bring existing website traffic over to a new platform. Now, this tool is very affordable, but there is a free forever plan, so you could set it up and just have no customizations, no branding on it. I don't pay for it, I just have the free forever plan, and I still grow my following using it. Tip number 4, create high quality content consistently that people are looking for on Pinterest. So make sure you're utilizing Pinterest trends to see when content is popular and you're posting that content in advance of that trend. In most cases, you can publish idea pins during the time frame of the event happening, but with the majority of Pinterest pinners, they are planning and looking in advance. So if you can publish that content early, get ahead of that trend, then you'll be more likely to be able to capitalize on it. So make sure you're creating really good, high quality content. This is the #1 way that I have grown all of my Pinterest following. I have 3 different Pinterest accounts. I've had 3 different brands that I have used Pinterest to grow those websites. And every single time it was through really high quality content that people were searching for. Couple bonus tips for you, or technically tip number 5, is to use a plugin like Social Warfare. Now again, I'm speaking to the WordPress users in the house because I use WordPress. I don't use any other website builder, so I do not know how any of the other ones work. But a tool like Social Warfare or Tasty Pins, or I think one used to be called Social Pug, those types of plugins are really, really great to let people know that they can easily share your content if they like it to their favorite social platforms. Now, most of the people that come to my website actually share to Pinterest. I predefine all of the content in the plugin that I actually want to be published via that sharing button. So I am actually in control of what gets published out to the public. I love this tool. It's a really great tool. I pay less than $30 a year for it, and it is totally worth it to continue to invest in. And once people publish your content from your website to Pinterest, they will then be presented with more of your content in their home feeds. Tip number, I don't even know, 6 or bonus tip number 2, whatever you want to call it, is to use and make sure that your headers or footers have those social icons in them. So a lot of websites will have like an Instagram feed in the bottom of it. I know if you go to my website today, there will be an Instagram feed, but I also have other little social media icons that will let you know that I'm on other platforms as well. People can click those and go to those platforms and actually connect with you there. One of the one of the very first things I do when a new client comes to me and I'm on a discovery call with them, I have their website pulled up and I go to that footer of their site or in the header, I'm looking in both places to see if they have Pinterest in the social sharing icons. If they don't, that tells me that their audience is not following them on Pinterest, is not even aware that they have a Pinterest, which is usually why they're hiring me in the first place. And I go ahead and request that they add that in because it is such a powerful little icon letting people know that you are there. Now, I also do this in my email newsletters. If you're on my newsletter list, if you're on my email list, you will see at the bottom of every single email I send, social sharing icons at the very bottom of that email. And you can follow me on any of those platforms straight from my email. So this is like cross-platform sharing again. However, I make sure that people are aware that I am on all the platforms that I care about, everywhere that I care about them. So make sure you are inviting them in the header or footer of your website through or via those social sharing icons. Now that's it for today. I hope that these tips will help you to grow a legitimate following, unlike some of the other content on YouTube, which makes me scratch my head, quite frankly, about promising you to go viral and that's how you're gonna grow your following or whatever. Most people, I would say the majority of people, will not ever and probably will never experience a viral for them experience, and that is okay. You don't need to go viral to succeed. If you liked these tips and you want more Pinterest marketing advice, head on over here and watch these videos, and we will see you next time.